Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a lot of money, and all it takes is just shooting a ton of these crocodiles. I'll get into it, get into the drink times, and some of the other options like Bantang, or even going and killing lions or water buffalo. I'll go mostly through the crocodiles, and I'll touch up on the other animals. But this right here is probably the best way to make money. I yesterday had 5 grand in this account because we bought a ton of tents, and we're trying to set up our whitetail grind. And I hunted for about an hour and a half to 2 hours last night, and I almost have 250 grand in my account now. And all I do is I set a tent here, I set a tent here, and then I just hunt this whole coastline. And what's also nice is Bantang spawn here too. And one thing you'll notice about the crocodiles, you don't have to go to menu. You don't have to, go to a specific drink time. Crocodiles have a very interesting rest time and a feeding time. And it's always up on this little shore. Sometimes they'll be in the water, but the majority of the time they'll be on the shore. And the only unfortunate thing about this is, they always float, because if you don't insta-kill them, they go into the river or the lake. So what I recommend doing is putting the time somewhere around noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you will just see dozens and dozens and dozens of crocodile on this little shoreline. And you don't have to worry about drink pressure or hunting pressure. They usually don't bounce zones. I can show you all the water zones if you'd want to go and, hunt them in the swamp, like over here and over here. But I usually don't hunt the swamps because they're a little less consistent, and it's a lot more condensed. I can't see crocodiles from, way across the way like this. But it is a viable option. It's just not the option that I use. What you can also do, and I'm about to show you in a second here, I'll actually do it right now. You can also hunt a ton of Bantang on this coastline. Now, the problem with Bantang is their zones will move. They won't always spawn on the coastline if you blow their zone out. And obviously, we always blow the zone out. But let me get this guy right here. Their drink time is 17 to 20, I think. And so they technically should already be, at the coastline. But I'm almost positive. I think I've shot out all of my Bantang from the coastline. Because when we shoot them, we shoot like 8 or 9 of them, because they'll have 20 animal zones, and that's just insane. You can get 40 grand out of that whole zone sometimes. Not quite 40 grand. You can get like 25, 30 grand sometimes out of just one zone. But that is another good option. What else is a good option, and this map is also really fun, is going to Sundar Patan. And I'll pop up the drink zones for the water buffalo right now. But there's a river that runs through the middle of Sundar Patan, and there is so many water buffalo there, and they give a lot of money. They give really good money, and so you'll be able to kill a couple dozen of those, and you can make very, very good money very fast hunting water buffalo. I just feel like this crocodile method is the best method. And, everybody else has their way of doing things. I know a lot of people that use the crocodile method. There's not one specific right answer, but this is definitely a very good answer. I was able to make, like I showed you a second ago, like $225,000 in 2 hours of hunting. And I think that's about as good as you can get, in my opinion. And it's fun. We were able to spawn 2 rare crocodiles as well. And so you get to get a lot of cool trophies. The crocodiles have a really good animal, I was about to say fur, but they have really good animations for the crocodiles. And they're really fun when they like go aggressive, or when they'll flee from you and you watch their little arms waddling around. One thing you can also do is hunt black bear. Black bear also give a lot of money when you go and kill them. Now, it does take more tents. This, I guess you could call it a grind, only takes 1 tent technically. I just set up 2 here so I can hunt, where you see all this hunting pressure, and then I jump to the top lake or the top tent and, hunt everything above that. But Black bear is also another good option. You can do it with 8 tents. So if you already have a little bit of money, you can also do black bear as well. I think that's definitely another good option for you. But other than that, this is going to be a little shorter of a video because I was just going to come on here and, kind of tell you how to make some money. If you have any questions or comments or anything, make sure to drop them down below. I'll answer anything you have questions about. And if you do like the video, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by this time next year. And, we just passed 150. And, that's awesome. We're building, we're building a community. We're building a family. We're going to start also going live. I need to figure out how to schedule that, around the family and work and, my kid and everything. But I do want to start going live and, doing Q&As with y'all and stuff. I won't go too much into that. That's a tangent that you didn't click on the video for. But like I said, if you have any questions, make sure to drop them below and I'd love to be able to help.